The 2020 NBA rookie class did not disappoint at all. The top two picks, Zion Williamson and Morant, have, if anything, exceeded expectations. And this draft wasn't top heavy either. There proved to be a lot of hidden gems as well. Now, while these rookies made a name for themselves in the regular season, the NBA restart and playoffs provide a whole other opportunity to improve their stock. Today, we will talk about which 2020 rookies have the most to gain from their performance in the restart. Number 4. Tyler Herro. A likely all-rookie team award recipient, Tyler Herro out of Kentucky was taken late in the lottery with the Miami Heat's 13th overall pick. Coming out of Kentucky averaging 14 points, 4.5 rebounds, and 2.5 assists per game, it was safe to say Herro went slightly under the radar. Herro is one of the few recruits coming to college that year who had the ability to create his own shot whenever he wanted. But a lot of execs feared whether or not he'd be able to translate those skills onto the next level. He was a confident kid, but was that enough to help him in the NBA? Coming off the bench through 47 games, Herro did not disappoint, as he averaged 13 points and 4 rebounds per game in 27 minutes. He shot 39% from 3, which was only ticks below his overall field goal percentage, 41. Although he could have been more efficient overall, Herro as a rookie showed that he did have the ability to be a shot creator, which combined with his confidence helped him have some clutch moments as well, most famously when he hit a 3 late in the game to put the Heat up against the Sixers. Now this playoffs can help Herro's stock even more, especially since Herro's regular season rhythm was slightly broken off by a mid-season foot injury that caused him to miss 15 games. Herro himself said he was hitting his stride prior to the injury, so this restart and playoffs should be able to help him find his groove that he was in prior to his injury. Herro will most likely be coming off the bench for the playoff team, so look for him to help the defensive Miami Heat squad score, especially in the second unit. Plus, head coach Erik Spoelstra already showed that he isn't afraid to play the rookie late in games. There aren't many players on this Heat squad that can consistently create their own offense, so look for Herro to step up and help fill the void. If Herro can earn Spoelstra's trust late in games, that may very well be enough to earn him the starting spot for next season. Number 3. Kendrick Nunn. Probably the best story out of all 2020 rookies, Kendrick Nunn's well-documented path to the NBA is anything but orthodox. Coming out of Oakland in 2018, Nunn went undrafted and thus had to spend his entire 2018-19 season on the G League Santa Cruz Warriors team. After being signed by the Miami Heat on the final day of that season, Nunn played for the Heat Summer League team a couple months later. His excellent performance in the Summer League team and preseason earned him a starting spot on the Deep Heat squad. Nunn graciously accepted the starting spot and never looked back, as he remained in the starting lineup all games he played. Through 62 games, Nunn did not disappoint. He averaged 16 points on 45% shooting and paired that with 3.4 assists. For his size, Nunn is a sneaky scorer. He can shoot the 3 as well as he can score from the inside with his crazy dunks. But what's more impressive is that Nunn managed to be a starting guard as a rookie on a team that is currently sitting 4th in the Eastern Conference. The fact that Spoelstra went with the young Nunn over the longtime Heat starter and veteran point guard Goran Dragic says a lot about the Chicago guard. Now, if there was any knock on Nunn's impressive season, it was the fact that he did not play a lot in close games. In fact, Spoelstra often chose his rookie counterpart Tyler Herro over Nunn, mostly due to Herro's size, which helped him on defense. These playoffs will be pivotal for Nunn's career as a starting point guard in the league. Spoelstra gave him the keys to the car. Now he just has to take them and go. For Nunn, he needs to help carry the scoring load for the defensive Heat squad. Scoring on offense isn't as easy in the playoffs, and this is the time for playmakers to shine the most, especially when things get tough. If Nunn can stay solid on defense while providing consistent scoring throughout the game, the undrafted guard can show the league that he is a legit talent here, and he's here to stay. Number 2. Zion Williamson. The number 1 overall pick was nothing short of great in the few games he played as a rookie. Williamson, who averaged 23 points, 9 rebounds, and 2 blocks per game at Duke, was nothing short of spectacular this year either. Through 19 games, Williamson effortlessly averaged 24 points and 7 rebounds on an outstanding 59% shooting. Coming into the season, critics of Williamson wondered how he'd be able to fare in his first year not being able to shoot consistently from outside. It didn't even matter because no one could even stop him on the inside, as he was a monster in the paint, making defenders look small. Now Williamson and the Pelicans have a great opportunity at hand. They are only a couple games behind second overall pick Morant and the Memphis Grizzlies for the 8th spot. Not to mention, if they stay within the 4-game threshold of the 8th seed, they'll be eligible for the play-in tournament, giving them a shot to make the playoffs. Now the reason Williamson isn't number 1 on this list is primarily because of the usage he'll get in these upcoming games. Although their record may not show it, the Pelicans are kinda sneaky deep. With a starting lineup involving Lonzo Ball, Jrue Holiday, and All-Star Brandon Ingram, the Pelicans already have 3 solid options that can help run and facilitate the offense. For the most part, Zion won't be expected to really have the offense run through him. Instead, he'll be able to feed off of them and score in the flow of the game. In other words, the Pelicans will definitely benefit from strong performances on Williams' behalf, but his play won't necessarily dictate the results of the games, as the team can still manage to win even if Williamson doesn't have the best game. To add, when head coach Alvin Gentry was asked about Zion's minutes in the bubble, he said that he won't be playing Williamson or anyone that is an integral part of the franchise's crazy minutes in favor of long-term health. GM David Griffin was also asked about Zion, and he said that while Williamson definitely improved his ball handling and shooting, he's rather unsure about his in-game conditioning. With these 2 key decision makers coming out and saying such, combined with the fact that Williamson already has a lengthy injury history, it shouldn't come as a shock if Williamson's minutes are capped. Not to mention, these 8 regular season games will be played with minimal breaks, so don't be surprised if Williamson even sits games out for a rest. For Williamson and the Pelicans, this season doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. The major priority for this franchise is to keep their young star as healthy as possible, and anything that can jeopardize that will come second. Everyone already knows that Williamson will be a talent in the league for years to come, so aside from making a deep playoff run, which is pretty unlikely, this season won't really mean much for Williamson in terms of proving his worth. Number 1, Morant. The number 2 pick out of Murray State has been nothing but electrifying. The flashy point guard was a highlight reel in college, averaging 24 points, 10 assists, and 6 rebounds in his second year. Morant was expected to give fans electrifying dunks through the course of the season, but no one really expected the rookie to lead his team to the 8th spot in the Western Conference. The likely Rookie of the Year averaged 18 points on 49% shooting to pair with 7 assists and 3.5 rebounds per game. This season has been huge for Morant, as he showed the world that he's just not a highlight maker, but also a talent capable of playing winning basketball. Morant has been nothing but consistent this year, which is extremely difficult for a rookie point guard, considering the crazy point guard talent he has to face each night. The reason Morant has the most to gain out of any rookie in the NBA restart and playoffs is because he is the true leader of the Grizzlies franchise. Morant has been playing as the team's best player, so it is safe to say that the Grizzlies will only go as far as Morant can lead them. Unlike the previous rookies mentioned, Morant doesn't really have a strong veteran presence on the team or any other consistent facilitators that he can lean to. Being the point guard of the team, he will have to shoulder the load of getting the Grizzlies into their offense and running the right sets at the right moments. He'll definitely be tested like none other, but if he can stay poised in these upcoming games and secure a playoff spot in his first season, the outlook on Morant will definitely be much higher. With the Pelicans and a healthy Trailblazer squad chasing Morant and the Grizzlies, it'll definitely be a tough task, but accomplishing it would be a huge win for his confidence as a leader. If they make the playoffs, the Grizzlies will most likely be bounced in the first round. But that first taste of playoff experience will be great for his development overall. Being the primary playmaker, Morant should see a lot of attention by defenses, but that has not fazed him as of yet. If he can keep up his solid play in the upcoming games, the sky is the limit for this rookie point guard. As always, let me know what you guys think. Which rookie does have the most to gain from these NBA playoffs and restart? And which rookies are you most excited to see perform under pressure? Let me know. Thanks for watching as always, guys.